Today we're going to do a review of Coral Level at Iberostar Cancun. If you've watched previous reviews of ours, it's going to be a little bit different. We're kind of just going to do pros and cons, and it's not going to be in our usual format. And the reason for that is we only stayed 3 nights here, so we didn't get to see and do everything. And the resort is a little bit different. It's sort of a resort within a resort, so there's only one restaurant on site, and then the other ones are next door at the family resort. So we just didn't feel that we could do it in our normal format. But we're still going to tell you all about it, if we liked it, didn't like it, a rating, things like that. We were not given a discount or a free stay in exchange for this review. All of our thoughts are our own. So Kevin, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'm going to start off with my cons. My cons are, it's a short list on the cons, but my cons are to have a coffee shop at the adults level. There is one at the resort, but you have to walk to it. It's not that far of a walk, but I just add a coffee shop. Also a gym in our building also. Again, you have to walk to the other side to it. Again, not a far walk, but just add it to there, maybe on the top floor or something, or on the second floor. Above the lobby or something. Another con would be not many chairs at the Coral Level beach. We actually didn't even sit at that part, but when I went over to the beach, I wanted to put my stuff down, and there's no spot to put my stuff on a chair. I just wanted one chair when I went in the water quickly.
Was it mostly cabanas?
It was mostly
because I didn't even step down onto the sand.
Not many chairs, but that's why I add more chairs, and I think you have to pay for those cabanas, correct?
No, you only pay for the pool cabanas.
Okay.
The beach belly beds and beds are first come, first serve.
Okay, so those are my cons. So I'm gonna go with my pros now. What I did like about this resort is they had good liquor. Sometimes if you go to average resort, like a lower priced resort, they don't have the best liquor, but they had everything top shelf that we liked. The food was very good. It was above average. My favorite food was probably the cheeseburger, as a lot of people that watch these vlogs.
Who is surprised?
The cheeseburger at the pool though. And then at dinner, my favorite was the chicken parm at the Italian restaurant at the family side. I love the lobby bar. It was nice at the Coral Level. It was nice and quiet. You could always find a bar stool, almost boutique-ish, if that makes any sense. I like that. The drinks were good. They look good. I also love the glassware in the lobby bar. That was nice and fancy. Staff was nice and appreciative. They loved working there. You could tell some people worked there since it opened. That was great. That was a pro. The entertainment at the resort during the day was a plus. There was always something going on for everybody. If you wanted to play bingo, if you wanted to do pool games, foam party, there was always something to do. And my last pro would be if you needed to go to the family resort level part, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't that far. And the best way was the convention center was the quickest way, I found. So what was your pros?
My pros or my cons?
Or actually your cons, sorry.
Okay. The check-in was very slow. So they definitely could speed that up. You did a lot of paperwork even. So this resort does have an online check-in that you could do. That doesn't speed anything up. And that's pretty typical with a lot of the resorts that do online check-in. You still will need to give your passport and your credit card and sign all of the stuff. So I usually tell my clients to not even worry about the online check-in because it really doesn't speed anything up. It took a long time. Now, I'm not someone, we're very go with the flow. So we were just happy to be taking in the sunshine and the views and sipping on a cocktail, and we were fine, but they definitely do need to speed that up. A bigger gym. The gym is very small. It was small for one resort. So now you have 2 resorts. You have Coral, the adult side, and then you have Selection, the family side, using one very small gym. I do agree with Kevin that I would like to see it on the Coral side, but that's sort of one of the you have to just deal with it. If you're choosing that resort, you have to know that a lot of the amenities are going to be on the family side, but it definitely can be updated. So I hope that they can find space somewhere to make it a bigger resort. The air conditioning was controlled by the front desk. Now, they are very good about turning it down. They also gave us a fan, but I don't want anything to be controlled by the front desk. I want to have complete control over the temperature in my room. So I would hope that they would sort of release that power to the guests. And I think that's kind of all the cons that I have. Sort of my pros, or like my favorite thing overall, was just like Kevin said, they had excellent liquor options. And this is a very budget-friendly resort. So I was going in expecting that you were going to have, a few top shelf options, but mostly be at a lower level. And that was not the case at all. They had everything and more that I wanted. And even, we've been to a lot of resorts. They had better liquor choices than some of the much more expensive resorts that we've been to. So I was really happy about that. And also Kev mentioned the glassware. The glassware was like crystal. It was fancy. Nice. It was so nice to take pictures. Even at the lobby bar, they had like tiki cups that were so cool. It just, again, for being like a more like budget-friendly, moderate resort, you did not get that vibe at all. You totally felt like you were somewhere much more higher end, and I loved that. The staff were all super friendly, and it's one of the reasons that we love going to Mexico. I think in 2024, we're going to Mexico 5 or 6 times. And some people are like, why do you keep going to Mexico? I love Mexico. You will never find better staff. So of course, the staff here were really great, but just across the board, they are just such giving and caring people. And I just love Mexico. The room and the resort all felt extremely clean. When you walked in, the lobby had a nice lemon smell. Your room had the same smell, but everything just felt clean. They were always cleaning it. The stairs in the lobby, our room, usually like you can find like some dust or hair or something in the room. The housekeeping did a fabulous, fabulous job. I think the next one's going to be a little bit controversial. I was really happy that Iberostar as a brand, they're starting to remove their dinner reservations. I know some people like reservations. We tend to be a little more go with the flow. So I was really happy that they stopped the dinner reservations. We had no issues. We walked up every time and were given a seat, and we ate between 7 and 7:45 each night. We had no issues. And speaking of that, I liked the food as well. Typically, so we have stayed at, I think, 4 other Iberostar resorts. And I would say that their food is pretty average. It's average for a resort. And I thought that the coral level food was better. It definitely wasn't like the best food I've ever had, but it was very good. It exceeded my expectations, knowing the level of food that they typically provide at an Iberostar. So I was really happy with that. I liked that there was entertainment all day long. They didn't take a break. It's very typical for other brands to take a break from like noon to 3. And that's like the peak time that you're at the pool. And it was not like that. Pretty much every 30 minutes they had an activity going, and they didn't try to, of course they came up to you and they were like, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to play? But they didn't pressure you. If I was reading or just totally uninterested, they would be like, okay, well, we're going to be over there if you're interested. So I liked that they had all types of activities happening all throughout the day. The views are excellent from everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. All the rooms are oceanfront here. You just have a great view from the lobby, from your room, from the pool, everywhere. You have a great view. And that's one of the things that I really love when you walk into a resort and that was the first thing I saw when we walked into the coral lobby, was just, it's an all glass wall, and you just were able to take in like the turquoise blue ocean, and it was stunning. And I don't love high-rise resorts. If you've watched any of our other videos before, you would know that I probably have said I don't love high-rise resorts. We have been to Live Aqua Cancun, and we have also visited for a day, we didn't stay, Secrets Divine. And I didn't love either one of them, mostly because I'm someone, I like to take my time getting to dinner. I like to walk. I like to just take in the sights. Like, you don't get that experience at home. So when I'm at a resort, I don't really care where my room is. I don't care if it's a far walk because I enjoy the walk. So when you are at a high rise and all you can do is go up and down, it's like your room's up here and all the restaurants are down here. I dislike that a lot. I didn't feel like that here because you had the family selection side to go over to. You had to go over there for the gym and the coffee shop. They also had a bunch of entertainment over there. So even though that is a high rise, the family side is pretty sprawling. Usually I just feel like it's boring. Like I'm just taking the elevator up, down.
And I think that's how Live Aqua was. A little bit.
Yeah, I like Live Aqua, but I just
this was better.
I like a more sprawling resort, and so you kind of got the best of both worlds here because in Hotel Zone you get beautiful views and you get the turquoise water, but then you're restricted, and I just felt like this resort combated that because you were able to go next door if you wanted to. Now, this resort is going to be for a certain type of person, because there is only one restaurant here. Now, I do want to say that the menus changed. So some days it was a la carte. Sometimes they were doing a buffet outside. Sometimes it was a buffet inside. But I don't want you to think that just because there's one restaurant that you were eating the same menu every night. It's not like that at all. It changes every day, and every day there's a new theme and a new menu. And you could eat there every single night. If you like the look of this resort, but you're totally adverse to seeing children, I think you could stay there and not get bored. And I think that the best food came from the coral side. So I don't really think that that's a negative. But if you're someone that did want to try different restaurants and you don't want to see kids, then this probably wouldn't be the resort for you. So would you go back?
Again, I've said this many times. There's many resorts in Cancun. If Iberostar wants to send us for free, I would definitely go again. I really like this resort. So yes and no. So if the Iberostar wanted to send us, yes. But there's a million other resorts to go to in Cancun area. Would you go back?
I would go back because we only went for 3 nights. So we were there Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I would like to see what the other days look like for the menus and the entertainment and the activities that happen. It's also so close to the airport. So it's like 20 minutes less. Like when we left to go home, it was like 13 minutes, like door to door. So it's so close. So if I was looking for just a long weekend, I probably would try it again. I really enjoyed it. All right, on a rating 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 7-8, and I probably would have given it maybe it's almost in the 8s because this, Brittany mentioned it, it's like more of a budget resort, and that's why I think it's a very good resort, a good rating. Like, what would you rate it?
I'm gonna go 8.1, and I think all resorts are not created equal. So some people may look at my previous scores and be like, why would you give X this and then you're giving this? The price is so good that has to account for a lot of the score. I think for the price that you pay, there is so much value there, and I think that it's easily in the 8s. And we're very critical. We're very go with the flow. Like, it takes a lot for us to be like upset at a resort. But we're also very critical because we go to so many a year, and I think it's an excellent resort. Do you have anything else to add?
Again, I'll point out the staff was very appreciative and friendly, and we said it again, the food's very good for a Iberostar, and we rented the Cabana. You could see the video down. You scroll down below, you could see that video. We rented the Cabana 2 days, but I loved that option. It wasn't very expensive.
No, the Cabana was awesome. So like Kev said, I'll link the Cabana video. We have a dedicated like 5-minute video that I'll link in this description if you haven't seen it. But they have 2 different sizes and it's air conditioned. You have a server, you have a bathroom. And for like $150 US, to me, it is so worth it to have your own bathroom. Other places that would be more expensive, I'm shocked that they're not rented out every single day.
Yeah.
I really think they just need to do better marketing for it, because if people really knew like the cost and what came with it and how to rent them, I feel like they would be rented out every single day. And I hope after, you know, people see these videos and they see how awesome the Cabanas were, that people would rent them more.
Anything you want to add?
I don't think so. You know, I'm pretty long-winded and I think I said everything that I needed to say. But overall, I really liked it. I think it was an awesome option. Certainly, I think it's great for girls' trips or just a quick weekend. If you just have 3 nights and you just need to escape the cold and see the sunshine, I think it's an awesome resort. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below and we'll get back to you. And if you're interested in booking this resort, I would love to help you. You can reach out to me on my website at memoriesandmojitos.com. There's a little button and you can click quote request and I will get back to you with a quote. And we're going to see you really soon in another video. In 6 days, we leave and we are going to Hilton Playa del Carmen. So we're so excited to get back into the sunshine. So if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe so you can see all of our travel for the rest of the year. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye guys.